Okay, question 19, which reads out as Subba Rao started work in 1995. So whenever you read, you keep on making the maps or the uh, mind maps on the jot down that on your paper. So Subba Rao started work in 1995 at an annual salary of 5,000. Okay, so his first salary was 5,000 rupees and received an increment of 200 each year. Okay, so every year, so it looks like the increment means every year his salary used to increase by 200. This is what increment means. In which year did his income reach 7,000? Okay, so we actually don't know. Someday his salary will reach 7,000, but which year it will reach 7,000? But we know that his salary is increasing 200 rupees per year. Okay, so this is a kind of AP series. Okay, his salary is an AP, so this is what it becomes after n years. Okay, let us assume that his salary becomes 7,000 after n years, and n is what we need to find. Okay, what was the starting salary or the first term of the AP? 5,000. And then after n years, the common difference 200, it increased 200 and then became 7,000. Have you understood this one? I think it's quite simple, but just try to see it maybe one or two times, then no issues. Okay, you can very well find out. So what we have done here, the salary trend is represented by arithmetic progression, AP, and that's why we are applying AP formula. And what we have applied here, we have just applied the nth term is equal to a1 plus n minus 1 d. So this is what we have actually applied here. So 2000 and then is equal to n minus 1 times 200. So just put 200 and 200 here. Then this will become n minus 1 and this will be 10. So 10 is equal to n minus 1. So n will be 10 plus 1 is equal to 11. So after 11 years, you have to write down nicely that after 11 years, his salary will become 7,000 rupees from 5,000 rupees. Okay. So I will not take up any other questions because questions are very similar in this chapter. Let us start another chapter which basically talks about the sum of all the series, okay, of the AP. We already saw that the formula for sum of all the AP, whereas the first term is A1 and the common difference is D, and if Sn is all the terms plus or added together, then the formula was, it is just a kind of repeat, first term plus last term. L is the last term. Okay, so this is what is formula number 1, and then we can also write down this formula as 2a plus n minus 1 d. Okay, it is also the same. These two formulas are the same, essentially the same formula. One could be derived from each other. Okay, let us go to the last chapter of this arithmetic progression, which is actually exercise 5.3 of class 10, chapter 5. So this is exercise 5.3. I should write AP, and that is chapter 10 of class 10. No, actually chapter 5 of class 10 NCERT book. I can again remind you that you can always download the PDF version of this book freely from ncert.net.in. Okay, so now let us start solving the questions. Let us take the question number 1. Find the sum of the following APs. Okay, and the first AP which is given is 2, 7, 12, and so on to, and then it writes to 10 terms. Okay, 10 terms. Okay, so first of all, we need to find some vitals of this AP. The first term A1, which we denote as A1, is 2. What is the common difference? 7 minus 2 or 12 minus 7, 7 minus 2 or 12 minus 7, anything. It will be the same. That is 5. So we have found out the first term is 2, common difference is 5. Then we can apply an, which we can also say a 10, because we need to find 10th term. Oh no, not 10th term, but sum up to 10 terms. So that could also be found out very easily. So sorry, sum up to 10 terms is to be found out. So S10 basically, and the formula is 10 divided by 2, 2 times first term is 2, plus n minus 1 means 10 minus 1 times d is 5. Okay, so 10 divided by 2, and then 4 plus 9, 45 is equal to 5 times 49, and that is 5, 4, 245. So 245 is sum of all terms, all 10 terms, okay, starting from 2. So that is the first question. There are lots of similar questions, question number 3 and all those questions, and in question number 3 also there are 10 variations. You can, let me just take one question from question number 3, because they are very similar. I just don't want to spend time on that, but you can always practice question number 3. Maybe let me take the last question. Given L is equal to 28 and S is equal to 144, and then there are total n terms. So n is total 9 terms. Then find A. A is the first term, okay, and L probably is the last term. This is the basic nomenclature. Maybe we will assume that L is the last term, and then we can try to apply the formula. We need to find the first term. So the formula is that S9 is again n by 2 multiplied by first term plus last term. Here we will use this formula. Why? Because we know the last term, so this is what we can use. So S9 is given Sum of all 9 terms is 144, and there are 9 terms, so n is equal to basically 9, and then a we don't know, plus l we know, 28. So in this step we will bring 9 by 2 to this side, so it will become 2 by 9, and then this will be 16. Yeah, I think so. Basically this is 32 is equal to a plus 28, and then subtract 28 from each side, then it will become 4. So 4 is the first term. So this is what was to be found out. Let us go further. Okay, I'm just trying to look out for some challenging problems which we can just think about, because many questions are very similar, so I just want to skip them. Question 11 looks a little different kind of thing. Let us assume that let us try to solve a question number 11. Okay, I will read out the question. If the sum of the first n terms of an AP is 4n minus n square. Okay, if the sum of the first n terms, so what we usually denote as Sn, and it is telling that Sn is 4n minus n square. Okay, what is the first term? So then we are required to find what is the maybe first term. We can also say sum up to first term, isn't it? This is very important here. A1 will be equal to S1. Why we can say that? Let us take an example. If we are taking example 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. So S1 will be sum up to first term, that will be 2. And what will be the first term? It will also be 2. So S1 and A1 is always the same. Okay, but then from the second terms it will change. So let us go further. What is the first term is to be found out, and then what is the sum of first two terms? Maybe S2 is also to be found out. What is the second term? Okay, A2 also to be found out. Similarly, find third and 10th and nth term. Third, 10th and nth term. Nth terms. Okay, sorry. It is not sum of n term, but okay, it is asking about the terms. Okay, so A2, and then it is asking about A3 and A10 and then AN. Okay, this looks like a little bit different question. I will again try to maybe explain it. The only thing which is given in this question is the sum of the first n terms of the AP is 4n minus n square. So the sum is a number, but it is given in terms of n. Okay, when you know, for example, if the n is 10, then 4 into 10, 40 minus 40 square, something like that. Okay, so that is a formula, but this formula will apply as it is telling that, yeah, sum of n term is 4n minus n square. Then how we can find out the first term? Basically, what we can do actually is we know what is the formula for Sn, isn't it? The formula for Sn basically is n divided by 2 times, and if we think about the first term, 2 times a plus n minus 1 d. This is what it is, isn't it? Yes, and then there is no, okay, S1. Okay, so one thing very easily we can find out is S1. Do you know how? We just have to put the value of n here, because it's always 4n is equal to n square. So here the value of n is 1, S1. So then S1 is 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So S1 is equal to 3. Then A1 will also be 3, because we have already seen that S1 and A1 are the same. First term and sum up to first term is the same. Okay, so this is what we have already found out. So basically we have found out first term, and then what is the second parameter which we should uh, try to find out to know more about or fully about this AP, arithmetic progression. Common difference, isn't it? We need to find out the common difference. But how we will find the common difference? We need to go into the basics. Common difference is difference between adjacent terms. We know that, isn't it? So we have already found out what is S1. Okay, S1 is 3, and by the way A1 also is 3. What is S2? S2 is will be, could also be expressed by this equation, isn't it? 2 square. Okay, so that is 8 minus 4, and that is 4. Okay, so S1 is 3, S2 is 4. So what is the common difference? Can you tell me? What is the common difference? Common difference is nothing but sum of all the adjacent term up to second term and first term. It, yeah, just look into it a little bit, you will understand. So that the subtraction between these two adjacent terms, it is actually not adjacent terms, but these are sum up to 1 and then sum up to 2. So the difference between them will be the common difference, and that we are getting as 1. So in a way we have found out D, we have found out A1. So now we know AP, isn't it? And now in that way we can find all these numbers. S1 we have already found out 3, isn't it? S2 just now we found out how much. S2 is 4. Okay, A2, A3, A10, AN, we can find anything. Let us try to find A10. Okay, so A10 will be A1 plus n minus 1d, isn't it? A1 is how much? A1 we just now found that A1 is 3. 3 plus 10th term, 10 minus 1 multiplied by 1. So that is 3 into 9 is equal to 12. So A10 is 12. Similarly, we can also find A3. Oh, you can just do it by yourself. Okay. So that was a little bit different question. I like such kind of questions. There are some other good questions also, which we will just take it up in the next video.